Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a fantastic rack. I've got Blinder and possibly Brindle. If Brindle is good, then certainly Brindled is. Or rather, Brindled is definitely good. And it may be good without the D. So, will opponent change? If so, I can get Blinder down with the B doubles. Blinder takes just an S. Now, Lack only takes an S. EL is good, so Blinder is blocked. Brindle still plays because of EL. But is it good? I think it is. But let me check these floaters for an 8-letter play. How about an L? No. A. Wow, that looks a useful letter. Gosh, is there a bingo through the A? Not seeing one. What about the K? No. H? No. Okay, so it's Brindle and there's only one spot for it. Phew, it is good. Now, this looks pretty grim. Only the Y is a scoring tile and duplicates. Even though these tiles are bingo-y, it's an unbalanced rack with only one vowel, and I'm going to struggle to score. I have Horny down from the H, which will certainly, well, it will sort the rack out, but it's not a fantastic score, and the rack leave of LNR is quite vulnerable to having another grim rack. Although all bingo-y tiles, they don't go well with duplicates. So, anything better than Horny. 14 for opponents. I don't have an I or a U for the Q. Do I have any? Well, I was going to say extensions, but let me look at single letter extensions first, because I do have an O for Kino, and I think that's the only extension of any length. So what do I have in row I? Well, I have Lorry. That's 27 points. Duplicate N, a fly in the ointment. What about Horny? Only 22, keeping LNR. Probably not a huge amount between those. Is there a way of splitting up this duplicate N? I could play Yon. Duplicate R is better than duplicate N. 24 points. What about an alternative play? And I'm looking further across in row I. AY is good. So I could have something ending LY. I have only 24 points keeping NRR. Let me have another look at Horny. 22 points. As opposed to 27 keeping duplicate N. I think duplicate N is better. I have non-L in this spot. And duplicate R a lot better than duplicate N, so I think this is the play. Although I am sacrificing a few points because the Y isn't getting doubled. Yeah, I am going with this. Okay, well, I do get a couple of vowels, but a long way from a bingo. Kino takes an A and an S after it. I do have an I for Chi. Oh, wow, fantastic bingo for opponent. I now trail. Not sure if Peeving takes an S. So what do I have in column 5? I have Fern, which has some merit. It splits up the duplicate R, it gets rid of the non-bingo-y F. It scores well, 38 points. I could play Cairn in that spot, keeping FJR, but I think it's useful to keep a vowel. I can't play the J in column 5. I do have an A for quinoa, but my I doesn't go under the N. What's the best I can do with the J? The V prevents parallel plays because there are no two-letter V words. Well, if the G were one lower, I would have jarring. No, I'm not seeing anything better than fern. I'm going with this. Wow, still unbalanced, but I do retake the lead. And I have an S, so it becomes significant whether peeving takes an S. Oh, wow. Fantastic back-to-back bingo for opponent. Gosh. And with an X, so great spot. Do I have anything in row N, getting the J tripled? So I'm looking for a 5-letter play beginning J-O, and I don't think I do. Not seeing any bingos with this rack. Not seeing anything which uses the X. I was thinking about whether peeving took an S, but even if it does, well, I do have scarf if it's good, but let me try and think if peeving takes an S. I don't think it does. Let me check as it's void challenge. No, it does not. Okay. Ah, well, I do have this. 54 points, pretty decent. I am hanging on to the S's, so not a terrible rack leave, even though it's certainly not great, but it was never going to be great since I'm likely to need to play off my solitary vowel. So this is 54. Is there anything better? Raj takes an A, so row can remain hot. And no way of playing the J with the F on this play. Although Jaffa is good, but no other A's available. I am going with this. Well, I'm back to my solitary vowel, but look at this, I only trail by 13. And I have an A for Raja and Axe. So, oh wow, what a shame. I don't think I have anything in row O which reaches this triple word square. Wow. But I do have an A. However, still plenty of A's to come, so opponent may take that. I could play wax or fax in that spot. Moya is good, and moil, and moise. So I have fax and wax, but keeping 5 consonants, not great. Abo good because ISC has not removed slurs yet. Wow, I was looking at crass in column 12, but rem does not take an A. So I would need to play it 1 square higher. This is for 32, keeping my 2 problem tiles, burning my S's. Wax only 24, that's dismal without getting tripled. I do have scarfs on my rack, which would certainly sort the rack out to some extent, but nowhere for that. 13 minutes on my clock, 44 tiles to come. I have an A for quinoa, but without other vowels, that's pretty hopeless. Well, what about playing scrawl? 42 points. Wow, and a decent rack lead, retaining one of the S's. No 2-letter plays end in C, so I'm creating nothing. Yeah, I am going with this. And finally, the vowels come out to play, but not a particularly helpful selection. I trail by 12, and I have an A for Raja. So do I now have a 4-letter play ending AX? I don't think I do. Anything beginning XA? No. Great, just 26 for opponent. So, what can I do about the F and the U's? Gosh, how disappointing. Scrabble turned over so many tiles. I was hoping to have something a little better than this. Now, opponent has unblocked the C as a blocking tile. What do I have in column 1? I would need vowel vowel in second and third place. But what goes in front of R-E? Well, only another vowel. So I don't have any 4-letter plays ending with 3 vowels. Only one S now, so I can't burn it too cheaply. Abo only takes an S. FUU are problem tiles, so I'd like to play off 2 of them if I can't play off all 3. Ah, but I can play off all 3. And it's tempting. Look at this. I can do this. Fugue takes an E, but 3-letter plays with an E in the middle aren't dangerous. I'm setting up 2 hotspots, which is better than just 1. Score's dismal. However, it is totally sorting my rack out. This is bingo-y, but it's a non-bingo-y board. Except I am now creating a bingo lane in column 15, but not that many tiles go after the U. Lack takes an S, so column 12 is a bingo lane for plays ending I something S. I'm retaining an A for AX. Only 8 points, which is dismal, especially as I trail. If I got an average score of 30, I'd still be breathing down opponent's neck. Do I have any 3-letter plays? Top left. U can go next to the S. Well, I have Sui, S-U-I. 18 points. That's not better than Fugu. Well, I think this is a volatile play, and it could either work out or it could bomb miserably. I'm going with this. Well, certainly no instant bingo jumps to mind, and no scoring tile, so I'm not going to score big in column 15. I await to see what opponent can do. I do have a D for Brindle, but that's not super hot. Great, just 21. Now, do I have anything ending IST? Don't think so. Anything with the X. This is astonishing, the failure to get a 4-letter play ending AX. And the lack of 2 A's for AXA plays. Am I sure I don't have an AX play? If I had another A, I would have ADAX. No, nothing there. Duplicate's pretty unhelpful. I picked AID, which was really grim. So what do I have? Do I have anything which goes next to the U? Just the S. So effectively no. I don't have an E for fugue. I do trail by 50. How about opening a lane? I do finally have other vowels. Still plenty of A's to come. So I'd really like to split up the duplicates. 8 minutes on my clock, 30 tiles to come. Wow. That's a lot. Bingo lane beginning with F, not particularly useful. T is useful. So anywhere for AID. Just can't play the D up the top. Well, unless I play it here. 8 for 20. Not a great keep. Surely I can do better than that. But what? Nothing goes in front of Rem that I've got. Well, what about opening a lane? I have Adio on my rack. Nowhere for that. But I could do aid for 15, opening a new lane in row K. Not a great lane, but it is a lane. I'm burning my A, but I don't think hanging on to that was crucial. That's 15. I'm minded to play it up here to stop opponent playing in column 1. So aid for 20. Well, non-bingo-y, sorry, all pretty bingo-y tiles, but it's now unbalanced in the direction of having vowels. I trail by 30, so great. Again, opponent has got a lowly score, taking out that hot spot. Created a new lane. Wow. Look at that for a Z spot. And Z, M, P, and B can all go there. An opponent will score big unless I block it. So I trail by 45. How to sort this rack out? Well, I can sort it out with Dewey. 15 points. Let me count the remaining vowels. 5 minutes on my clock. 14 out of 30, so it's a balanced bag. And vowels become more important in the end game, and I'm retaining IES for an IEST Power Blaster Bingo in row A. I don't think this I next to the double letter square is particularly dangerous because B can't go there, nor can M, P, V, W, or Z. So, what do I have? I have Kodias as a 7. That doesn't play. I don't have anything ending in T. Associated isn't good. Nad not good, otherwise Kodias would have played. Ido Craze through an R. Wow, so thank goodness I blocked that Z spot. Opponent was waiting with it. So I trail by 60 points. I do now have an A. I have Cokes. Wow, and look at the rack leave. This is huge. Plenty of row A potential and 50 points for Cokes. That is what I was looking for. Do I have 4 minutes on my clock, 18 tiles to come? Do I have anything better than Cokes in this spot? I don't think I do, and the rack leave is really good, so anything better would probably leave a worse rack leave. I am going with this. Wow, that's not great. I don't have an IEST bingo. I don't know what the probabilities of drawing one were. Oh wow, look at that. Fantastic bingo by opponent. Probably secures the win. Leads by 95. So, what do I have here? I would have diegesis through an S. I don't have anything ending in T. Just checking that, and I don't. What about beginning with F? No. 8 tiles in the bag. Can I score half decently and have one last hope of bingoing and maybe catching opponent with a few tiles, so it's not quite over yet. So, can I score down from the P? Pitch, not good. Not seeing anything down from the P, which gets tripled. I don't have anything which goes after ZA apart from the S, which I'd like to keep. Wow, I don't have a 4-letter play beginning with D, which is a shame. G-I-E-D is good. Does that play anywhere? I don't think it does. 2 minutes on my clock. No, nowhere for Geed. What about playing Fidge? To give the best rack leave. 7 vowels out of 15. Only 12 points. This isn't quite the best possible rack leave. 2 minutes on my clock. What about playing just G-I-E? Sag is good. Nate isn't. I could play Joyed. But what about playing G-I-E? Keeping the best... EDE not good. 1 minute on my clock. I could play GIE here, 13 points, just keeping a better rack leave, preserving row A, providing a couple of floaters, but preserving a better rack leave, preserving the D for ID to minimise losing spread. Only 1 minute on my clock. I can't create a new lane effectively. Bottom left, or can I? What about doing this? I'd for 17, creating a lane in row M, which opponent may feel like blocking, but no ends for double EN, so that's not great. I'm going to play id for 13, 42 seconds left. Oh, and I draw just vowels. That cooks my goose, and I burnt my D for id. 2 tiles left. 20 seconds left. So, well, even if I had a row A bingo, I don't think it would be enough. The scenario has transpired with opponent with W and V. However, he's going to be able to play off one or both of them. Yeah, 27 for opponent, 20 seconds left. Nothing with the F, nothing ending T or O. Nine seconds left. Yeah, I've gone over time. I meant to play Geiger. And now I can surely go out with double ES. I've got Gs. I just forfeit 10 points for going over time. And opponent goes out. And the final score, 345 for me, 484 for opponent, a winning margin of 139 points, so well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, big winning margin for opponent. I guess I just never got the bingo down that I was looking for. So opponent starts with a blank, plays Lack, and I have Brindle, and there was a play through the A by Lander, which would have provided access to 2 triple word squares, so not much between those. Opponent plays Quinn. Now, I thought about Laurie with double N and went with non-ill for double R, because double R much better. And great bingo spot by opponent to go into an early lead. Wow, Adji C5, Adji and Chi, that's nice, but keeping 4 consonants, so what do? I play Fern in the same spot, only 4 fewer points and with a better Rackley, so I prefer Fern to Agi. Yeah, and I prefer the Rackley from Fern to the options above it. Now, oh gosh. So opponent plays Horsebox for 84, which was a fantastic spot, but could have played Equinoxes through Queeno. Not even a bingo, keeping 3 tiles, but scoring over 100 points for a double-double. That would have been pretty flashy, but Horsebox, very impressive by itself. Now, my rack. So I play Raj for 54. N10, yeah, I consider Jar and Axe. However, 4 consonants in a rack leave is much better than 5, so I was happy to jettison the 5 points there. Opponent's rack doesn't have triplicate back-to-back bingos, plays Moy for 41, and now I trail by 50 points. But look at this, I have Scrab, which brought me right back into the game and gave me hope. Opponent's rack has Hoax, doesn't spot it, plays HE. And now this is really non-bingo-y. View, no miss bingo. 1C AUF. Interesting for 24. And I play Fugu, which doesn't appear here because of its low score, but it does burn every bad tile. Opens a bingo lane, albeit taking out 2 floaters. Yeah, I think Dizu is fairly balanced, so I think AUF probably would have been a better play. Now, opponent's rack plays Tone, and this was a frustrating rack. I didn't see Quinoids for 36, and I play Aid. Wow, second on this list, which is a better rack leave than Quinoids, but it's 16 points difference, so I think Quinoids would have been a better play. Opponent plays Tail, and now this is such a frustrating rack. All bingo-y tiles, I couldn't see one. There isn't one. And look at these top plays, they score well, but they're both keeping 4 vowels. So I played Dewey for 15. I really felt I had a good shot at bingoing. And I also wanted to take out this super hot, not only Z spot, but every other scoring tile. And you can see here that opponent does have Z for Zar or Zit, so I'm happy with that play. Opponent plays Zar, and now this was super close to a bingo. Phew, I didn't miss one, and I did play Cokes for 50. So, well, I trail by only 13, but this was incredibly short-lived because opponent bingos, and I'm back to being 100 behind. Only 8 tiles in the bag. So maybe I should have played Joyed. 32 points is quite a lot, and this isn't the worst rack leave in the world. But I play id to create a lane. Yeah, so there's a lane at the bottom and a top and at the top. So if I hadn't created a lane, opponent could have used his V to make a play in row B, for example, completely killing this T. Yeah, in fact, he does have, or she has, Vibrio in row B. Plays prime. I draw only vowels, which ends my race. I play oo. Opponent has twits. No bingo for me. I play Geiger, but I'm really just very short on time. Oh wow, and I could have played Geigers and cheese, and I could have blocked opponents out, but I didn't. J9, verb, that's what opponent plays, and B5, vibe, well that's an opening I set up, so I probably should have blocked his out, and then I would have had 2 turns. And that was the end of the game. So, what a game. Super exciting stuff. I got off to an early bingo with Brindle, but opponent came back with Peeving, back-to-back bingos of Peeving and Horsebox, and I was then trailing but there were bingo lanes on the board, and my rack leaves kept holding out the promise of a bingo, which didn't quite materialise, but super exciting stuff. Many congratulations to opponent on their victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.